Woburn village in Bedfordshire is best known for three reasons. Number one, as the location of the famous Woburn Abbey, steeped in history dating back as far as 1145 and set in a beautiful 3,000-acre deer park, which has been the home of the Dukes of Bedford for nearly 400 years. The second is more recent, Woburn Safari Park. Opened in 1970, the park allows a variety of animals to roam freely whilst visitors drive through their enclosures past some of the largest and most curious species. The third and final place also has an interesting past, and it can be quite common to see birdies, eagles and even the odd albatross in its grounds. It is of course the world-renowned Woburn Golf Club, also a part of the Woburn Abbey estate and one of, if not the finest inland golfing venues in the UK, and the stage for the 888 Poker PGA EuroPro Tour Championship. Hello and welcome to the magnificent Woburn Golf Club in Bedfordshire, home to the tour's flagship event and the season finale to what has been yet another superbly successful, exciting and competitive season. Stuart Manley and Duncan Stewart lead the Order of Merit and have already secured 2 of the 5 Challenge Tour cards on offer. Paul Maddy, Paul Reed and Wallace Booth currently occupy the other spots, but with a £60,000 prize fund and £15,000 going to the winner, the Order of Merit is by no means decided. This season has been one of the most competitive to date, with 13 different winners from 14 events. And with only the top 5 moving on to European golf's second tier, competition will be as fierce as ever here at Woburn. Woburn is the first 54-hole venue to have all 3 of its courses listed in the top 100 in UK and Ireland. And some 52 professional tournaments have been played on these very fairways. Woburn was home to the British Masters on 16 occasions. And whilst the Abbey has been graced with royalty over the years, so has the club, golf royalty. The likes of Seve Ballesteros, Nick Faldo, Greg Norman, Justin Rose and Lee Trevino are just a few of the star names that have won on the immaculately kept tees, fairways and greens. The famous Dukes course was the scene of the British Masters and in more recent years played host to the European Seniors Tour. The Duchess course is Woburn's hidden gem, shorter and narrower than the Dukes, but offering a rare test of golf for the strategic golfer. The focus of this week is the youngest of the trio, the Marquis, the jewel in the crown. Opened in 2000, it proved an instant success, stealing the British Masters from the Dukes in 2001 and 2002. Designed by Peter Allis, Clive Clark, Ross McMurray and Alex Hay, it measures over 7,000 yards and is set within 200 acres of mature woodland. It is split by the county boundary of Bedfordshire and Buckinghamshire, and this week is set to test the EuroPro's very best.
The condition of the course is as good as you'll find anywhere in Britain in the summer, let alone in November time, so we're very lucky to have such a wonderful venue for the Tour Championships.
We were in Spain last week and here's much better than where we were out there, so everyone's very happy.
Fantastic golf course, I know it well, so glad to be back here.
Obviously a little bit wet, but due to the weather, you can't really do much about that. But overall, the fairways are brilliant. Condition, well, for this time of year is quite unbelievable, really. Greens are fantastic.
I can't think of many better places in England to come than Woburn.
First time I've been here, and it's a pleasure to play here, and the course in immaculate condition. It's a credit to Woburn themselves.
There's no doubt in Woburn's pedigree in hosting big tournaments. It's seen some of the greatest names in the sport grace its fairways. At the other end of the spectrum, the EuroPro Tour is producing the stars of the future. And James Busby's story is what the tour is all about.
Just got into top 45, which got him into the grand final, and then obviously finished 2nd or 3rd there, which got him top, I think 16th in the Order of Merit, which got him his full European Tour card.
It just shows that every one of these lads, even on our tour, is a good player and they can compete on the Challenge Tour and maybe even the main tour.
It also shows it's not over until the Fat Lady sings. Final event of the season and he comes second and gets his main tour card. It just shows that you need to carry on, push through to the final line.
It's nice to see that a normal guy like James has got all the way up there, and it shows that it's not sort of as far away as we think.
And that's why all the players here keep coming back for more punishment or more pleasure, because we know, as I say, it's nearly there, and if you can just, grind through it, then good things will come to happen.
James Busby is just one of an increasingly large number of former EuroPro players now playing at the highest level and mixing with golf's elite. This season has seen 10 European Tour events won by former EuroPro members. In addition to this, 8 of the 20 Challenge Tour players to earn their 2013 European Tour cards have previously played on the tour. There's no doubting the PGA EuroPro is playing an integral part in developing players, providing them with a platform to perform and progress onto the next level. Who could be following in the footsteps of Brandon Grace, Nicholas Colsaerts and Lou Ushausen? Here are the contenders at the 888 Poker Tour Championship.
Tyrrell Hatton will need something very special of his to add to his victory at Bovey Castle. However, a good finish could threaten the top 5, and at 13th on the order of merit, he leads the race for the Rookie of the Year. On the same score is Order of Merit leader Stuart Manley. The Welshman has had an exceptional season, winning once and recording 5 top 5 finishes to earn his Challenge Tour card. Can he cap his fine season by winning the Order of Merit? At 4 under, Lee Clark could turn an average season into a good one. At 39th in the rankings, he's nothing to lose, and with a 3rd and 6th place finish already this season, he definitely has the game to play his way into contention. A shot better off is Duncan Stewart, who's going for 3 wins in a row. Back-to-back titles at Longhurst and Hunley have moved him to 2nd in the money list, and the reward for his efforts is a Challenge Tour card for 2013. James Watts is another player to hit form at the back end of the season with 3rd and 4th place finishes in his last 2 EuroPro events and qualification to the final stage of European Tour School. Can he keep it going? Paul Maddy leads the way at 10 under and knows a solid final round should be enough to consolidate his 3rd place in the rankings, but on his current form he's capable of the win, and that would see him bank £15,000 and the Order of Merit title. Well, Maddy's 2nd round 65 matches the lowest score ever posted on the Marquis course. He leads by 4. Elliot Saltman in the group at 1 under par. He's 6th on the Order of Merit and on the same score as the man at number 5, which is Wallace Booth.
I'm here with the tournament leader Paul Maddy. He's 4 shots clear, sitting on 10 under at the moment. It's been a good 2 days so far.
Very nice 2 days, yeah. Especially yesterday. I didn't realise that I was almost on for course record at one point, but yeah, 4 shots lead. I wasn't expecting that after 2 rounds.
But you have been playing well recently.
Yes. Last couple of weeks, I've been playing best golf I've ever played, I guess. Got through at stage 2 at European Tour qualifying school, and I just got to try and push it on for this week and play as well as I can.
What are you hoping for in your final round?
Well, it'd be nice to play. We're struggling with the fog at the moment. We're struggling to see, let alone just play golf.
A little bit of pea soup.
A little bit of pea soup. It'd be nice to play. I think I've just got to play as I have done the last 2 days and be sensible, really.
Blue is the colour. Duncan Stewart is his name. 5 under, 3rd place at the moment.
Yeah, sitting pretty. Played solid the last couple of days, but to be honest, felt like I shot 80 yesterday playing with Paul. Paul had it going, and everything he looked at, he holed. He had a great round.
So plans for the final round?
Just go out and see try and get off to a good start, maybe put a bit of pressure on Paul. But again, I've got to kind of concentrate. If I can get that 2nd place, tied 2nd, that's a big thing, winning Order of Merit as well, because you get a better ranking than what I'm going to get in my position at the moment. So go out, try and attack, and if that doesn't work, then just try and concentrate on getting that 2nd place.
Here with James Watts, you're 2nd at the moment on 6 under, 4 off the lead.
Yep.
Hoping for a big last round.
Yeah, going to need it. Paul's obviously got away yesterday, so we're going to need to go and catch him and then see what happens.
How's the season been for you so far?
Season's been good. It's been a good year. Had a couple of top 3s. It's been one of them seasons where if I'd have turned a good week into a great week, then it would have been a really good season. So it's been really close, just been knocking on the door a few times, so I just need to try and push through now.
So you're on 4 under at the moment. Level par 68.
Yeah.
What are your hopes and plans for the final round?
Just go out and just keep doing what I've been doing.
What was so different from round 2 to round 1?
I got a bit of a telling off by my caddy. I finished with 3 birdies in the first round, 7, 8 and 9, which was, nothing was going, and then all of a sudden they dropped, and then I just went out and played with a little bit more confidence. But I say I've got a great caddy this week. It's my fiance's brother. He caddies for Danny Willett on tour, so he's had a bit of a grade down caddying for me this week. So yeah, he's keeping me on the straight and narrow.
So in very safe hands.
I hope so.
Well, after a season of interruption from the British weather, perhaps fitting that it should have a say in the final event too. Dense fog rolled across the course, and when the sun failed to appear, it threatened the completion of the event. However, it didn't hamper preparations, and when it did lift, play did get underway. And our leader finding the right-hand trees at the first Ross opening hole for the players, and he's got a good escape here route, hasn't he, Maddie?
Yeah, down the right-hand side, it's okay. Some large trees down there. And a wonderful approach. You can see the softness of the course from the amount of rain there's been around this area. Lovely colours, though. Wonderful, the trees.
Duncan Stewart then second on the Order of Merit. Won the last 2 events on the regular season. And firing it straight in. Course in wonderful condition. We should point out it's because of the fog conditions we've had this morning, it's a shotgun start, so not everyone has started the first. Some of the players, as we work through the field, obviously starting further down the course.
James Watts making it a trio of excellent approaches into the first.
506 yard par 5 second. Will Roebuck. Gonna have to draw this one around that tree you can see sticking out. Oh, he's played it delightfully. Well, it's been an interesting story and an interesting week so far for Roebuck, hasn't it? In hospital at 5:30 on Tuesday morning, suffering with food poisoning. Still managed a few hours later to go out and shoot a 200 par round.
Third shot on this par 5, having found the bunker off the tee. So Clark just with an outside attempt for a birdie coming up.
Well, they know the way that Paul Maddy played yesterday in that brilliant round of 65. They are going to have to make birdies to reel him in.
Can't afford to miss chances like that.
But the greens are running very true, aren't they, Ross? I mean, given the time of year, I mean, it's all the players have been so praiseworthy of what they're facing here at the Marcus.
Well, if you think there's 3 stunning golf courses here at the Woburn complex, well, another great opportunity missed. Considering the rain, etc. we've had, the course really is playing top banana.
So Duncan Stewart, chance to get himself within 4 shots of Maddy at the top. Well, did a little lap of honour, but it went in. He has been Mr. Consistent this season on the EuroPro Tour. He has made every single cut in the 14 events that he's played.
Birdie putt for Clark from just off the left-hand edge. Has been playing the easiest hole on the course all week. It's actually the 8th hardest for the members, but pros like these par 5s.
Well, what a wonderful shot it was in from Roebuck. Drew it in around that tree there. But unfortunately his eagle putt comes up very shy. So this for his birdie to go to 3 under par. And thankfully we are underway. Plenty more to come as well from the 888 Poker Tour Championship. Welcome back to final round action from the 888 Poker PGA EuroPro Tour Championship at the magnificent Woburn Golf Club. You get some wonderful colours, don't you, from the autumnal trees this time of year. I don't think Paul Maddy, though, will be focused on those. Really, preferably, you'd be down the right-hand side of this fairway.
Not sure whether that just clipped a tree. I heard a little noise, but it's made it onto the putting surface, so there's an outside chance of an eagle.
Will Roebuck after that birdie at the second, 3 under par. 473 yards, so it's a long par 4, and the course is playing its full yardage. But there you go, it's like a dartboard when you're throwing it at the green. You played this course, didn't you, Ross? You played in the British Masters when it was played here?
Did indeed. It's, I mean, it was only a very young course then, but it's turned into a wonderful event and a great golf course to play. Very enjoyable.
Yeah, designed by Peter Addis, Clive Clark, Alex Hay and Ross McMurray of the European Golf Design, as you say, and he opened it in 2000. Now Lee Clark should, despite the wet conditions, be pretty quick from up here.
Straight downhill on the green. Watch this one. There's a steep slope here, down left to right. Nothing to stop it. It's probably about as close as he possibly could get.
Well, it's been a nearly season as James Watts was staying 5 top 10s this year. Really needs a win to get into that top 5 of the Order of Merit, and that was pretty close as well. It's a huge carrot for these players, isn't it, Ross? A Challenge Tour card, another step up and another step closer to where they want to be, which is on the European Tour.
Exactly, you know, it is stepping stones, and this is a wonderful place for a tour player to start his career. We've had so many very good players come through the EuroPro Tour over these last few years.
Maddie just coming up short. He's actually never played a Challenge Tour event before, Maddie, but if he carries on where he's going right now, he will book his place on Europe's second tier.
Lee Clark was a very good par save.
Yeah, he mentioned his fiance's brother caddying for him, who used to, or does caddy for Danny Willett. His fiance is actually a PGA pro herself, Natalie Hayward. And I know she's been helping him with a bit of coaching as well.
2 in a row. Duncan Stewart. Just the start he needed. So this is an absolutely crucial putt. He's had his lead halved already. Well done. Yes, very good.
Yeah, not easy, is it, for Paul Maddy today? And Duncan Stewart put a bit of heat on him, but when you got a 4-shot lead, do you carry on playing the way you did yesterday with that brilliant 65, or do you play a little more conservatively to protect?
Well, I don't think you can afford to protect when you have players of the quality trying to catch up. Good birdie then for Will Roebuck. That's 2.
Yeah, 2 in a row for him.
James Hepworth. 3rd shot to the 7th. A spectacular looking par 5, this double fairway.
Yeah, James, one of those that has played on the European Tour. Not there by finishing in the top 20 of the rankings on the Challenge Tour 2004. 2007 he played there.
Yeah, big par 4, this 3rd. Slight dogleg right to left. Fairway cambers from left to right. And that probably one of the easiest flag positions. A very difficult slopey green, this one.
Well, Duncan Stewart started brilliantly, hasn't he? Doing everything he can to just try and increase the pressure on Maddy. And more of the same here, another delightful approach. Of course, he's guaranteed his card on the Challenge Tour.
Beware the sick golfer. Will Roebuck now 4 under. 2nd shot. A straightaway par 4.
And that'll work its way in nicely. Look at this.
Gives you a good idea of a lot of the elevation changes there are on the greens here at this golf course.
Yeah, because it's about positioning yourself, isn't it? You know, it's not, the fairways are pretty big, but it's about being on the right part of the fairway.
Definitely, you have to plot your way around this golf course. You have to hit the right part of the fairway to get your right angle into the green. Little right to lefter.
Solid start from Maddy.
but at the moment all he can see is Duncan Stewart just throwing it at the flag. So that's going to put a little edginess in how he's feeling. He was so comfortable going into the first hole, 4 shots in the lead. And now Duncan Stewart could cut that to 3 with 3 birdies in a row.
Yeah, winner at Huntley Hall, winner at Longhurst Hall, and well, in with a chance here at Woburn, Duncan Stewart. What a start, 3 birdies in a row.
Hepworth up ahead on the 7th, the par 5. Down the hill. Not a great deal of movement on this, just a little right to left, and he read that beautifully.
Yeah, first birdie of the day. It's his 3rd hole of the day as well. He started at the 5th with this shotgun start we had because of the fog this morning. Lee Clark started at the first, 3 straight pars so far. Solid par safe.
It's been a little scrappy early on for Lee.
There's bound to be a few nerves out there. Big stakes, isn't there, with not just the £15,000 first prize, which is a big sum of money. You wouldn't know that from Will Roebuck, would you? Yeah, like Duncan Stewart's just gone on 3 birdies in a row.
Going along serenely. That's a lovely start to his round. Good tee shot again from Paul Maddy. He's finding the fairways. That's absolutely key from his perspective. His rhythm looks very good. That's another cracking shot.
Yeah, and you can't say enough about the 65 he shot yesterday. It's right up there with the course record 62 he shot at Wychwood Park when he won earlier this season. And it just shows you the calibre that these players have.
Also very good rhythm there for Duncan Stewart. Simple action at the slope. Bring it back down to the flag. A little bit too much spin there. I will leave him an uphill putt. And he'll have a little teach then, maybe, from watching Paul Maddy.
Yeah, he's in the zone, isn't he? Here's Wallace Booth. Currently at 1 over par. He sits 5th on the order of merit. So he'll be keeping an eye on what Elliot Saltman's doing as well, the man closest to him. That's a terrific shot, though, from Booth. Started at the 4th with Booth, and he's dropped shots at 4 and 6.
A little bit nervous. Lee Clark, second shot to the 5th. 415 yards. Can't see that green from the fairway. It's like in a little bowl.
How can Roebuck keep this one going? Slightly out of position here at 5.
Having to punch that down under the boughs of a couple of branches there, Richard, and because of the flight there, you could see couldn't stop that on the green, even with those soft surfaces.
Paul Maddy then to try and stretch his lead. There's a few he's left short of the hole, but it's been a very solid start, hasn't it? 1 birdie, all the rest pars, and never been in any trouble, has he?
Can Duncan Stewart continue this lovely run? Just a little bit of right to left up the hill, fairly straightforward this. Giving it a run. Oh, he knew it was just a little bit left. As soon as he struck it, it just bumped and bounced a little bit. And that was from a missed strike, not from the green.
I'm trying to see if Duncan Stewart's got a suntan. He's just spent the last 8 weeks in Dubai, playing on what's called the MENA Tour out there. Did very well as well. He played in 6 tournaments and finished in the top 10 in 5 of them.
It's a par then for James Watts. He remains at -6.
Yeah, five back. And here's Elliot Saltman. You can see has also dropped a shot today. It's a real ding-dong battle, isn't it, between the two Scots?
That's a difficult spot, isn't it? The 5th spot. It's that real tenuous position.
You have to say Paul Reed, though, maybe is a little vulnerable as well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's really anybody's in this sort of event. 8th hole, par 3, 188 yards this one playing. It's a 6-iron in a great position there.
Yeah, Wallace Booth, so and Elliot Saltman, they're neck and neck. There's, I think, something like only 75 pounds between them. That's the difference between Booth in 5th and Saltman in 6th. So one shot could be the difference. Well, out of position with the tee shot and now struggling to make par after that brilliant 3 birdies in a row. Saltman then in his, I suppose, head-to-head with Booth to move one ahead at 1 under. He's got it. Had a great July, didn't he? Elliot Saltman qualifying for the Open, of course, won on the EuroPro Tour. And it's been a great season for the Booth family, isn't it? Carly, Wallace's sister, a couple of wins on the Ladies European Tour. As you can see the strapping on Wallace Booth's hand there. He suffered very badly with various injuries.
Clark for birdie. Go on. Yes, well done. Testament to the ground staff and how they've worked here this week. Got the course in great condition. You can see how smooth these greens are running. Just a nice pace as well. Par putt then. This for Will Roebuck. Now.
No, terrific beginning from him, but that's going to be a drop shot to take him back to 3 under par. And it's still, you have to say, a pretty commanding lead at the top for Paul Maddy. Was 4 shots ahead overnight, but now down to 3 thanks to that birdie start from Duncan Stewart. Challenge Tour cards up for grabs over the Marquis course at Woburn for the 888 Poker Tour Championship.
My name is Luther Blacklock. I'm the head professional at Woburn Golf Club in Buckinghamshire. I'm in the Performance Centre indoors. We've had the privilege this week of hosting the EuroPro Tour Championship, played on the Marquis Golf Course, over 54 holes, and it's been an exciting time. Now the thing about playing the Marquis is, it's a tree-lined course, and even the young players, the pros, have gone in the trees from time to time today. Now the thing about playing the trees at the Marquis course is, there's not a thick rough. You actually find your ball, and it rewards recovery skills. So what I want to show you now is how to hit a low shot with a bit of left to right spin. It's a very helpful shot to have in your bag. So you can see that we have on the simulator on the Performance Centre, I'm in the trees, there's a gap to go to, and the green is just round the corner. You can just see the black and white marker pole there. So it helps to keep the ball low to use a club with a little loft. So I've got a 4-iron here. Now when you hit a full 4-iron, it's still capable of coming up and hitting the canopy. We need a way of making the ball go low. Now this is the tip for you. You go down the handle, but there's a wrong way of going down the handle and there's a correct way. So let me show you the wrong way. Most of you will do this. You'll put the club behind the ball and you'll drop your hands, you'll lose height and your wrist angle stays the same. This is what I want to show you. To go down the handle properly, you need to pull the club up your sleeve. You take the 4-iron, you pull the club up your sleeve and it shortens the shaft, but you don't lose height. And can you see when I do that, I go from having a wrist hinge to having no wrist hinge. So here we go, I'm going to hit a low shot from left to right onto the green. Normal stance, pull the club up my sleeve, walk in to make up the difference. I'm going to aim a little bit left to help get a bit of cut spin, and all I'm going to do is play a low left to right shot for you. As you can see, the ball comes out through the gap and is turned from left to right in the air. So there's the trick. If you want to keep it low, take a club with a little loft, but the big thing is to know how to pull the club up your sleeve. That really is the way to do it.
Great tip there from Luther. Back to the final round action though here at Woburn for the 888 Poker Tour Championship. And, well, Paul Maddy, it's been fairways and greens over the opening 4 holes, but Ross, he's way out of position at 5.
Yeah, pulled it off the tee, trying to keep it very tight to the trees on the left. But he's got it back in play, and he's around about 50 or 60 yards short of the front edge, so an up and down for a par needed.
So maybe a chink of light for the chasing pack. James Watts over on the right hand side.
Actually okay over there, it's quite a big fairway down the right.
Par 3/8 then for Elliot Sortman.
Flag back left in a little collection area. Mustn't miss this green to the left.
Well, it's a beauty. And a good response after started his day with a bogey at the 3rd. Now, can Maddy extricate himself from this trouble he's caused with his tee shot? Well, could well do. Looking very cool and calm, isn't he? I suppose that what comes with the form that he's been in. He won the 2nd stage of European Tour Q School as well, so he's got that to look forward to in a week or so. I say look forward to the final stage of Tour Score. I shouldn't really say that, but at least he's got the opportunity.
He has the opportunity, that's what you're playing for. Tyrrell Hatton there. Should be a birdie there. Going nicely.
Yeah, looks nailed on for the Rookie of the Year. Sortman far from nailed on for that 5th spot, but that will help. Well, he's got the advantage right now over Willis Booth.
It's a shame they're not playing together, because that would be a great battle, wouldn't it?
The Battle of the Scots. Lee Clark from Nottingham. Birdie. Very nice.
Starting to get the putter warmed up. Momentum, it's so key. When you start getting a few putts, start seeing them fall in the hole, it really makes such a difference.
Roebuck looking to bounce back after that drop shot at the last. Well, he's had 4 birdies in his opening 6 holes.
Watts has only had pars. Can he change that here? Oh, catches the right edge. That'll be another par. It's just a tap in.
Got to stay patient, hasn't he? You know, it gets frustrating, isn't it, when you keep having chance after chance go. Good save from Duncan Stewart, and he's putted very nicely, hasn't he, over these first 5 holes.
You have to say he's probably been putting so well the last few weeks. It seems easy to him. Wow, that's terrific work. In trouble off the tee. That's what tells you he's got a bit of future, this young man.
Well, the puff of the cheeks tells you a lot as well. Feeling it now. Will Roebuck got away with it here, hasn't he? Another couple of steps to the right and he would have been in an unplayable light.
The par 5 with the split fairways from the tees. Trying to miss the tall firs and play it down the left-hand side. That's fine down there. So crucial to hit a good tee shot off that tee.
Hatton on for the back of a birdie at the last. Look how smoothly and true these greens are running.
Quite an awkward shot this. It's not a long hit from here, just a 90 yards or so. But he won't see the bottom half of the flag. Just got to trust your yardage. which he has done, so a chance there for a birdie.
Well, really, Hatton needed to win this week, so at 2 under par. I think the chances of doing that are gone, but you want to finish as well as you can, and that's a really good save.
Putts have been working very nicely today. It's on its way, hasn't got any legs. That was a little bit like his eagle putt on the second.
Yeah, it's amazing, different golfers following different paths. Roebuck spent a long time out in America, went to the Ledbetter Academy when he was only 17, out to Florida. Also Duncan Stewart, who didn't play golf at all in 2010, had enough of it all, but decided to come back. And a lot of people bought shares in him, Paul Laurie amongst them. He was offering 150 shares at £100 each, and the way he's going at the moment, they might get some dividends back.
Two completely different tee shots here. Maddie going for the right-hand fairway, which he has done. We saw the left-hand fairway on the par 5.
So what's the advantage then of...
Well, if you go down the right-hand side, it just takes a few yards off it, and it gives you a chance of reaching the green in 2. Go down the left, it's a slightly longer way in. This one also down the right side. Perfect.
Lee Clark, par the 7th, stays at 6 under par, so 5 shots off the lead. Talking to it. Close to being very good.
And leave an awkward little chip, that. Just a 6-iron. Nice extension through the ball. Good firm left wrist at the hitting area. Just half a club out. And the line absolutely spot on.
Yeah, left himself an awkward little 2-putt from there as well.
Here's this shot from down the right side of the fairway on 7. Oh dear. If this has gone right, this could be a lost ball.
Yeah, good luck finding that one, Paul. That is big trouble. Chance for Stewart to just notch up the pressure here.
High fade needed from the left-hand fairway. That's caught a tree as well. That one's down the right-hand side.
Yeah, not quite as deep in it. Well, Lee Clark and others chasing won't be aware of what's gone on with Maddie. Had to be delicate with that. Look how it's trickled on.
Yeah, did well.
Well, laid up in 2 did James Watts.
Looks like it might pay dividends for him.
Well, they're still looking for the ball down there. More on that in a moment. Now, this is a tricky birdie putt, isn't it, for Roebuck? Take 2 from here.
We're coming downhill right to left now. Looks nice. Oh, great try. Great try.
Had a real look, didn't it? So Paul Maddie has found his ball, had to take a drop. And oh my goodness, well that was pretty lucky. It's hit the tree and it's come out, but I don't think he's behind a tree now at least. And it's going to be all change at the top, isn't it, Ross?
It looks like it. It looks like all of a sudden we could have a massive fight on. Luckily, Stewart could extricate his ball. Got a chance of making a 5.
Well, I suppose the good news for Maddie is his closest challenger is hardly doing the business at this hole. But he'll have that left for a bogey 6. That scoreboard will change very soon. Yeah, maybe feeling it, understandably.
Clark at the 9th, lovely par 4 this. You stand up on the fairway, if you find the fairway, and there's a lovely amphitheatre down to the green. Just a 3-wood or a long iron from the tee. You can see it comes down that big hollow.
Well, Stewart opening up the club face, gonna float this one up. Yeah, played it very nicely.
Elliot Saltman, 3rd shot at the 11th. Big par 5 this. Don't think anybody be reaching this in 2. 579, damp conditions.
Well, been plain sailing, hadn't it, for Paul Maddy, first half a dozen holes. But that is a double bogey. 4 shots his lead overnight, and if Duncan Stewart can roll in his par putt, it'll be down to 1.
Brings in people like Lee Clark now. Starting to find his putting boots. But that one, he got absolutely wrong.
Yeah, 39th on the rankings, Lee Clark. Wow, if he could win, what a difference that would make. Similar story for Watts, isn't it? Turn. Oh my goodness. Left it on the jaws. Well, that is agonising for Watts.
I think that's probably the shortest putt this week, that, Richard.
Another par. I'll tell you, his playing partners would take them, but he's yet to have a birdie. Stewart to be 1 behind.
Oh, he pulled it just. Wasn't as smooth as the last stroke. Just a little hit in the when he got to the ball.
Well, he shakes his head because he knows, you know, he was green side in 2. Walks off with a 6 and knew Maddie was in trouble, who walks off with a 7. Now, how will Maddie respond to that?
Saltman, who's having a little battle with Wallace Booth for spot number 5. That was a birdie attempt. It just starts to get a little bit tighter now.
Well, it's incredible. They've matched each other score by score rounds 1 and 2, and Saltman birdied 7 and 8, and Booth's gone and done the same. So they're neck and neck again. I think this one's going to go right to the wire.
Important putt here for Lee Clark to keep his momentum going. Not a great deal of break in this, just a little left to right. And he's just hit that right through the break.
Incredible how it happens, isn't it? Closest challenges to Maddie as he falters, also slip back.
So can Duncan Stewart put a little bit more pressure on?
I suppose slightly easy for Stewart, knowing he has the Challenge Tour card sewn up. I think that kind of swing proves that theory. Wonderful shot.
Pressure on. Paul Maddy back at 9 under par now. Just a very smooth rhythm. He likes it.
Oh, wonderful. Terrific response. It's been a bit of puffing of the old cheeks, hasn't there, been in this final round for Paul Maddy? Hatton, full shot at the par 5 11th. Well, he's looking good for that Rookie of the Year. James Ruth could overtake him, but it needs a strong back 9. He's about £1,600 behind Hatton in the rankings and 3 shots back, so looking good for Hatton. Will look better for Maddy if he can hold this.
It'll be a great response, really, after disastrous hole. That shows how good a player this fella is. That's a great comeback from a double bogey, a solar plexus punch, and then an uppercut with a birdie.
Exactly, you saw the name Hatton there. Not Ricky, of course, but Tyrrell. This for par. Ooh. Well, slips back to 1 under par now.
Stewart with his little right to lefter down the hill. No. Haven't seen many mistakes like that from Duncan Stewart over the last few weeks.
And that just makes things slightly easier, doesn't it, for Paul Maddy at the top. Great bounce back, wasn't it, at the 8th after that double bogey at the 7th. It's the final round of the EuroPro Tour season. Great action so far at the 888 Poker Tour Championship.
We're here on the 3rd tee, the Duke's course at Woburn. Now this hole is very special because it has recently been voted into the top 500 golf holes in the world. We then thought it would be fitting to have the top 5 players on the order of merit have a par 3 shootout. Ladies and gentlemen, our golfers. Now is this sort of yardage in your locker?
I hope so, mate, yeah.
Ah, get in the hole.
That's it. Actually, almost good, that one.
Since I came up so far short the last time, I'm going to tee it up and I'm going to change clubs. We're going to get the driver. Since I'm the shortest man on tour,
Oh, look at
use
this.
the towel just so I don't get a lecture off my mother and don't get my trousers dirty. We're going for a driver off her knees. Keep the spin off it.
Oh, I hope this works out because you look very stupid if it don't.
I look stupid with the last one. I'm almost gone down to Australia.
That's it.
Checkers on it. Almost.
The bottle of champagne will remain in the fridge.
Go with a 9 iron, see if we can endanger that cameraman at the back.
Oh no. Stay there! Oh! What an effort.
Snag it in the rough and then get it spun.
They're giving me a chance. I played pretty badly the last 2 days. I think they're just trying to make me feel better, to be honest.
What, guy, should I let him into the little secret? You might need to hit something a little bit lower.
Gone for the 7
Guys, gone for the 7 iron.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, that's the one. That's the one. Oh, money. Right, okay. Now, judging from the previous 8 shots, That's not going to be beaten. Enjoy your champagne.
I'm going to hit a 9-iron because I'm one of the shorter hitters on this tour.
There's a little bit of irony in that statement.
Down.
Sit. Wallace, how unlucky was that?
A little bit unlucky.
That was a very good shot. That was very, very good shot. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a winner. Not even by default, but he's the only one on the green. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Reed.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Enjoy.
Yeah, well done to Paul Reed. Started the week 4th on the Order of Merit, but was 5 over par coming into this final round. Paul Maddy started the day with a 4-shot lead. 3 ahead now, coming to the closing hole on the front 9.
Still Wood off the tee to leave it short of the big dip, and he's left it short of the green as well, and that'll be possibly down in a big bunker. Spectacular looking hole this, Richard.
Reminds me of the first at Wentworth.
The only difference, the first at Wentworth, you can't see the green. Here it's all in front of you.
Yeah, it's such a picturesque setting, isn't it?
Five under par, Lee Clark, 5 shots back. Needs something special.
They played a lot of big events here. They played the Women's British Open a number of times, not on this course, but at Woburn itself. And over the last 7 years, Ian Poulter has had his junior invitational played on this course. Of course, Poulter very much associated with Woburn.
What a tee shot that is from Elliot Saltman. That's a par 4, the 12th. They've just nudged the tee forward, and he's knocked it on the green. That's a chance for an eagle coming up for Elliot.
Well, that could be a massive move for him. Well, Watts has started off with 8 straight pars. He'd take another now, wouldn't he, given this is his 4th shot at this 9th. Yeah, can't afford to stand still, really.
Trouble here at the, well, probably one of the easier holes on the golf course, the 10th. It's only 374 yards, and that's the 4th shot. Will Roebuck left it in the bunker in 2, so at least 1 shot going for Will.
So Saltman, what a chance for eagle. Not quite firm enough, but it's a dead cert birdie. And he inches ahead then in his challenge with Wallace Booth. Of course, Saltman won his European Tour card for the 2011 season. Of course, that's been well reported, the trials and tribulations he had. Of course, Lloyd won it the same year as well, didn't he? And fortunately, looks like he's going to lose his tour card this season.
Duncan Stewart giving it a good run there. He left himself one of those, though. So can Lee Clark make a bit of a birdie burst on this back 9? It'll all start to get a little tense now, Richard.
Yeah, back 9, final round of the season.
Par putt then down the hill.
It's quite good the way it's worked out really this season, with the Tour Championship being played this week, coming in between second stage and final stage of qualifying schools. Because so for those that have made it through, it's a, you know, they know that for someone like Maddy, hopefully he's going to secure his Challenge Tour card. He'll have that behind him going into the, what is the attrition of those 6 rounds in Spain.
And also getting in a routine of playing competition golf week after week.
Good bogey in the end from Watts, wasn't it? But slips back to 5 under now.
Bogey putt then for Roebuck. Such a promising start to his round. 3 under par after 4 holes. A couple of very strange putting strokes from Stewart the last couple of holes from that distance, but you can see he's quite happy with that one.
Well, what a run being put together by James Hepworth, winner of the WSL Open earlier this season. Started at the 5th, just birdied 4 holes in a row, 6 under for the day. Well, he'd have fancied his chances for another there, but unfortunately the spin just taking it off the putting surface.
579 yards, par 5, long old hole this one. Actually moves a little right to left, left to right this hole. But if you've got a good short game, you lay it up to your favourite yardage, you give yourself an opportunity like that.
Really has to make the most of these opportunities, Roebuck. Just a wedge in. Well, giving himself a chance.
And controlling the spin well there, Richard. He just lowered the flight a little bit.
Well, Duncan Stewart knows all about the traumas of the Tour Championship. Last year was 8th on the Order of Merit coming into the final event. Top 2 finish would have been enough. Lost out by £303. Of course, no such worries a year on. That's a very nice shot, talking about controlling the spin.
Will it be 5 in a row? It's a slow putt up the hill. Came left off the blade very early.
Oh, he's making a run, is Hepworth, to give himself a real shout at that top 5. Started 10th on the Order of Merit, so that, well, you never know, could be the big move of the day. Someone from somewhere normally sneaks in, and it could be James Hepworth.
There's always a story somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah, we mentioned Reed vulnerable, of course. Wallace Booth in 5th spot.
James Watts though needing something a little bit more spectacular than that. 3rd shot having missed the green to the right hand side. Very nicely played, but it's going to be another par.
Yeah, just can't buy a birdie. Roebuck is looking for his 5th of the day.
They've all read that wrong, haven't they? They've all missed that one on the left hand side. Sneaky pin. Very fortunate that that fog lifted earlier, and now they've got a lovely conditions for playing golf.
Yeah, it would have been a travesty if it would have been called off this final round. And the putts that were going in early on in the round are now not being holed by Duncan Stewart. I can tell you pars on that hole for Watts and Maddie. So as we were, the man making the move, Hepworth, now at 16.
Very straightaway par 4. 450 yards, just a drive in the middle iron.
Yeah, he's played it very well. Just an iron off the tee at the short par 4, 12th.
Be laying short of the water. There's a stream and a pond that you drive over and you put it in another area short of the next stream and pond. Or you do this, you go for it.
And you put it off. Wonderful shot from Roebuck.
Having plotted his way down this par 5, James Watts trying to get his first birdie of the day. Right on target, but spin not helping.
Won the EuroPro Tour Q School, did Watts, when he was still an amateur a couple of years ago. Forced his hand in turning pro.
Nice and quietly played. Kept the spin off the ball. Very clever little shot there from Maddie.
Now Hepworth. And bear in mind he started at the 5th, so he's still got a fair few holes to go. Shotgun start because of the fog. He's got another. 7 under par for the day. What a round. He's only had 4 pars. All the rest birdies.
James Watts would have liked a few of those. Vindicating his laying up off the tee there, Clark giving himself a very good chance of making birdie. Here is James Watts. Can we see somebody not miss this on the left?
Well, you got your wish, but it's another one that was on the way for Watts, wasn't it? Well, you can understand. It's such a big day, such a reward for playing well, and when you've had the putter behave like it has for Watts, you can understand total frustration.
Hello.
Oh. Looked in, didn't it?
That did. It really did turn away viciously at the hole.
What a difference that could have made to Will Roebuck. Really would have been giving him the push for the final half a dozen holes. Three under par for the day.
See the marker there of Stewart just past the hole. This for birdie. Going to miss on the left. There it is again.
Well, it's been an ordinary day by comparison to that 65 yesterday for Maddie, but still he's keeping everyone at arm's length.
Good birdie. Played that hole very sensibly.
Well, Hepworth has had a stunning day so far, but he's missed the green here, left at the par 3. Plenty of work to be done there.
That bunker quite a bit below the putting surface, not easy to judge.
Stewart not taking on 12.
It's a fairly big target with a 3-iron, and that's a very poor shot.
Well, he's putted beautifully so far. Has to really shoot the numbers he has. And he's got another, that time for par. Stunning goal from Hepworth. And he has the experience. He's played a lot of seasons out on the Challenge Tour, a couple of years on the European Tour, and that experience counting in this final round, obviously.
This 13th hole is a stroke 1 for the members. It's playing a little easier than that, about the 5th hardest this week.
Loose tee shot as well from Maddie, right down where Duncan Stewart is.
May have found a bunker there, Richard. I think he could have found the water.
That did look like it went splash, and yeah, wow. What a mistake from Maddie. Opportunity knocks again for Duncan Stewart.
It sounded like he could strike. Yeah, there we go. You can see the spin there.
Well, it was a very positive putt, wasn't it? But not got the rewards he wanted. Maddie having to play his 4th shot now.
Right now he's thinking, I wished I had a go at it, because at worst case scenario, if it'd gone in the water, I could up and down for a par.
Hindsight, wonderful thing, isn't it? It's not the closing hole for Hepworth, it is the 18th, but he's still got 4 holes on the front 9 to play.
A very tough par 4 as well, Richard. It's a big target, the green, but it's a narrow drive, it's a very straight hole. You have to hit 2 absolute beauties.
Struggling on the back 9. Here's Hatton, 3 drop shots. He's now 1 over par. Another man having his problems. Already had 1 double bogey today.
Remember, he's going to swing quite viciously at the end, from right to left. There we go, there it goes.
2 doubles on the card. And Paul Maddy is making hard work of this. He's now 3 over par for his round, and his lead is dwindling.
Now look how far left here Tyrrell Hatton is to start this. Well, that'll help things a lot. Gets him back to level par.
Tied for the lead now, Duncan Stewart. This for the outright lead. Well, I bet he can't believe it, really. He's not really been firing after those 3 birdies in a row to start, but he finds himself in a share for the lead, Stewart. And alongside this man as well, Hepworth.
I'm sure he doesn't know that right now. Not for any longer, though. It's a bogey.
Well, he started this final round 10 shots off the lead. That drop shot there takes him out of a share for the lead. Paul Maddy with those 2 double bogeys has seen him joined at the top by Duncan Stewart. All to play for then in the closing stages here at Woburn for the 888 Poker Tour Championship.
Woburn Golf Club is known for its 3 world-class golf courses. What's little known about this place is how it manages to get 44 golf courses into one room that they call a performance centre. Dan Plazowski, how do you manage that?
Well, we've got this state-of-the-art golf simulator, and it simulates the 44 golf courses, allows us to practice, do golf MOTs, gap testing, and the best bit, play golf indoors, have a bit of fun, and beat your friends.
Now, I've got to ask you 2 things there. What is an MOT and what is gap fitting?
So an MOT, before the season starts, you can get everything from your yardages, checking your loft and lies, a little swing analysis, so you're all set, ready for the season.
So make sure your golf clubs are the best they can be for you.
Safe for the golf course.
Perfect.
And then your gap fitting, get out there, make sure your yardages are all set right. So when you get out on the golf course, you know exactly how far you hit it.
I've heard about this Woburn Performance Centre nearest the pin challenge. There's a few names on here that I recognise. Ian Poulter, Gary Boyd and Thomas Aiken off the tour. But there's some faces, Anton de Beck from Strictly Come Dancing, Gary Neville, famous Liverpool supporter, Graham Poll and Theo Walcott. I'd like to add my name to that list.
Let's give it a go.
That's as long as I could get inside these lot.
You get 3 shots. We'll see if you can get inside them.
Okay, let's have a go.
Let's do it.
That's it, and then sort of...
What does 6 foot 1 inch get me?
Top of the leaderboard.
Hey! You just had it confirmed. 6 foot 1 inch. I think I'll take that. Dan, thank you very much for your time.
Great work.
And great clubbing.
Thank you very much.
Well, welcome back to the closing stages then of the final day of the 888 Poker EuroPro Tour season. Duncan Stewart now shared for the lead with Paul Maddy.
Of course, we're having a real sort of battle for the #1 spot, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, and also obviously that we shouldn't forget the chase for the top 5 places as well, and it is neck and neck still between Wallace Booth and Elliot Saltman. Paul Reed now looking in big trouble because of the move James Hepworth made as well. It's going to be a lot of calculators at the ready, isn't there?
Nice rhythm there, Paul Maddy. Oh, this is good. Oh, it's better!
Oh my goodness. Well, that's how you respond to a double bogey. You cancel it out. Eagle 2, 2-shot lead.
Wow, that's fantastic.
That's unbelievable.
Good par 3, the 14th. Like an amphitheatre, this green. Played from up above. Another stunning looking hole.
I'm still stunned from that Paul Maddy second at 13. It's incredible. He had a double bogey, didn't he, at 7, responded with a birdie. He's gone even better at 12 and 13.
Likes the look of this. And why not? That's a superb shot. Probably something like a 3-4 iron today.
Yeah, Lee Clark 4 shots back now. Duncan Stewart started this whole tie for the lead. Now this for a birdie to get within 1.
Good try. I think we could have seen one of the most important shots of the day, Richard. I think that could be just the fillip that Paul Maddy needed.
Yeah, reminded me of the shot that Richie Ramsey played at the European Masters at Croix-sur-Sierre when he was leading the way. And it's been that kind of day, I'm afraid, for James Watts with the short stick. Yeah.
That hurt. Roebuck was 2 shots off the lead just a few moments ago. Now he's 4 off the lead. Stays 4 off the lead.
Yeah, it's a bit. I mean, you have to say it was a great shot in, but it was spinning quite viciously. It would have left himself well, a decent birdie chance, but not a guaranteed one if it hadn't hit the hole. But it did.
Not the sort of hole you're earmarking that you're going to make a birdie on. This is a wonderful par 3, but what a 2 that is for Lee Clark.
Yeah, credit to him. Hepworth then playing the first now, just to remind you. The fog this morning meant we had to have a shotgun start, and Hepworth started at the 5th, and boy hasn't he played well. 6 under par for the round and the tournament. So how do you follow a shot like the one he hit at 13?
Slightly longer club though, this a good 4 iron. Nice rhythm.
Travel.
Mustn't go past the flag too far. Well, that's okay. Look at this. Working its way back.
That's how you follow it.
A little gentleman's persuader. Nice, simple, smooth rhythm there, Richard.
Yeah, they like it back on the tee. And that is why. Brilliant.
Been played very nicely today, Lee Clark. He's plotted his way down this par 5, last par 5 on the course. Quite a slopey green. Guarded by big bunkers.
Now the birdies have dried up, haven't they, for Hepworth? Since going 7 under for the day, that's a couple of pars and a bogey. Look how far past that's gone, and we know Duncan Stewart's in close, and look how quickly he puts his ball down as well, eager to try and get a bit closer.
Adrenaline starting to take effect now.
To get within 1.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Had his chances, hasn't he, today, Duncan Stewart? Not out of it just yet. Lee Clark to get within 2 shots of the lead.
Seven under now. Will Roebuck dropped a shot there. He's back to 4 under. Well, that is a massive mistake.
That is going to really hurt. Eyeing up a chance to get within 1. He's now going to be trailing by 3. I can tell you, Maddie has made his part.
And don't forget this fella, Hepworth. 6 under on the par 5 in 2.
Yeah, got 2 more holes to play after this. Been a great run from Lee Clark, 3 birdies in his last 4 holes. Down the left-hand side here at 16.
Good shot. And having made your way down this 15th, this par 5. And then approach with, well, pitching wedge, maybe a little 9-iron there. Watch this one come back down the hill. That's left a slippery one down there, Richard.
Yeah, I know he's had his troubles today, but you've got to give Paul Maddie every credit, haven't you? Starting the week 3rd on the Order of Merit, no guarantee of his Challenge Tour card, and goes out, leads after day 1, leads after day 2, still the man to be shot at the top. Well, that's 3 birdies in a row for Lee Clark, and don't rule him out yet. 39th on the Order of Merit at the start of the week for him.
Hepworth. His eagle attempt really went racing by. Oh, and that is not good. Having, well, given himself an opportunity. I'm getting another red figure.
Yeah, he knows what it takes to win these kind of events. The Tour Championship, he won the equivalent on the Challenge Tour in 2006, the grand final. And he thought the way he was going that maybe it was going to be his day. Could be in terms of getting the Challenge Tour card, and for Paul Maddy, could do both.
Look how slippery this putt is. Always having a little walk around, getting all excited now.
I think he's trying to see what's going to happen for his next putt. Holding on to the rookie prize is Tyrrell Hatton. Come on. Yep. Yes.
That could almost seal it for him there.
Mm-hmm.
Massive putt here for Stewart. It's all gone. Wasn't the green, Duncan. That was your par attempt, and that one only just went in.
Yeah, disappointing for these guys, but Challenge Tour card so vital. The win, of course, would take care of things for Maddy, and one of the players I'm sure can't help but see what James Busby has done after finishing in the top 5 on the EuroPro Tour last year. Finished second at the Challenge Tour Grand Final. Got his European Tour card for next season. In 12 months, life can change so dramatically.
Third shot for James Hepworth. 3 shots back. Hole's running out now.
Tough shot, that one for Roebuck.
Yeah, just sort of dug down into it a little bit.
Lee Clark, one back. Thought for a minute he might fly that one in.
It's been a disappointing day for James Watts. He hasn't played that badly, just hasn't made the putts. Sadly, that's what this game's all about.
Oh, I thought we were going to see another hold.
Surely he's got to make a birdie, Richard.
I thought that might be his best way of getting it in the hole at the par, by throwing his approach in.
Saw this man do that on the 13th. Wasn't unlucky for Paul. This one heading left. Yep, that's safe.
By the way, no change still between Saltman and Booth, both at 2 under par for the tournament. So as it stands, it's going to be Booth that would keep his card, or keep his position, I should say, at number 5 to get his card. Hepworth also in position to get in that top 5 as it stands. Maybe if Lee Clark can win, he'll be in there and someone else will have to go out. Oh, but he's dropped a shot. So many different permutations.
Across the green. Fairly straightish putt, this one of the flattest greens on the course. Very little break. You can see the adrenaline now. Every putt he hits is going almost 2 feet past. Roebuck there learning from Lee Clark. But he's back at 4 under par. Had his chance earlier on. How costly that going to be, Richard? That's a very late bogey.
Well, Duncan Stewart now finding himself a long way behind. Holes running out. And that's what's happening at the moment for him. He's run on a little bit as well. Amazing colours, isn't it, on the trees around this Marquis course. Missed a few of these recently. Oh my goodness, he's missed another. Game over, I'm afraid, for Duncan Stewart, but he consoled himself. He's started the day in the top 2 on the rankings.
Birdie putt, come on.
Hey! Better late than never. Well, that takes James Watts to 5 under par and 4th on his own. You can see Saltman and Booth, 1 hole to play. A birdie for either could make a huge difference. Looking good again, isn't it, though, for Paul Maddy at the top. Lee Clark now his closest challenger. Maddy leads by 2. Welcome back to the stunning Woburn Golf Club, where we're approaching the finale to the 888 Poker PGA EuroPro Tour Championship. Paul Maddy with a 2-shot lead over Lee Clark.
176-yard par 3, flag back left. It's a cheeky little flag, this. Now that has just sorted the biscuits out, I think.
I think so, yeah. He has played some brilliant shots. There's been 1 or 2 loose ones, hence the double bogeys, but there's been some magic from Maddy.
Duncan Stewart, who started so well, birdied the first 3 holes. Did get alongside Maddy at the top briefly.
It is the closing hole for Lee Clark. This one heading left, though. And that's a pretty kind kick, because not only has it caught the trees and come back towards the fairway, it's landed in front of that tree. And it's a closing hole here for Elliot Saltman. Needs a birdie. Birdie could be good enough to get him ahead of Wallace Booth. And he's come up a little shorter than he would like. Got a chance, though. Wonder if he's aware of how close things are. It's incredible how they've matched each other stride for stride. Yeah. Oh, to have those putting boots from the first few holes.
Yeah, the stroke changed, Richard. It was very smooth, very rhythmical. It just started to get a little edgy.
So Maddy to go 3 ahead with 1 to play. But it was close not so long ago.
Lee Clark, having hit the tree, is a long way back, needing a wood into this par 4. That one looking a bit low and left as well.
He's got away with it again, really. Again, that could have easily gone left further into trouble. Well, what a big putt this is for Elliot Saltman. I wonder. I'll get news of Booth in a moment. He's finishing on another hole, but that's 2 under par is as good as Saltman can do. Maddy, close to home. Anywhere on the fairway will do. Out with the driver.
Nice rhythm. He enjoyed that one. Bunkers to be avoided down the right, and that one found the left half of the fairway. Under par. Watts 5 shots back.
Yeah, but if he can finish 4th on his own, he will bag more than £4,000, which is a big prize check. Can make a big difference to the players, give them the kind of money they need for next season for their travels and expenses. It's not cheap, is it? Whether you're playing on the EuroPro Tour, Challenge Tour, of course, you can go to some far-flung places like India, Kenya, and beyond.
Perfect.
His challenge over. Looked like he might be the man. In the end, it was Lee Clark who could finish closest to Maddie.
Crucial pitch, this one. He's played that very nicely, given himself an opportunity.
Oh, what a terrific round it's been for Hepworth. This is his, hopefully, final shot of the day. 66. Started at the 5th and he went on that great run of 4 birdies in a row from 11. And that could be good enough for him to get in the top 5 of the rankings.
Been a good final day too for Lee Clark. Drop shot on the last hole is for a par. Oh, you can see how much that meant to him. 69 for Lee Clark. 7 under. Well done.
Yeah, fiance's brother pretty happy too.
It's a bogey then for Will Roebuck. And it's been an up and down day for him.
Yeah, like Duncan Stewart, started pretty well but faded towards the end. But did well to finish the week given where he was Tuesday morning. But here's the man who should see it through here. It's a sweet sounding strike. And a pretty good looking result. Excellent. Some of the members, supporters have braved the cold evening to watch the closing stages. George Walgar there, watching his friend Maddie. Couldn't compete this week. He's been suffering with an injury. Well, he can afford a few. He can even afford to miss that one back.
He can indeed, but he wants to finish in style.
Well, look at that start from Duncan Stewart. Really threatened. 73, but it's going to be a top 5 place on the Challenge Tour for him. Now just the one birdie from James Watts. A case of what could have been.
Champion-elect Paul Maddy.
Well, what a way to clinch his Challenge Tour card. That hold second shot at 13 proved crucial. And in the end, it was plain sailing despite those double bogeys. A level par 72 to finish at 10 under par. A win by 3 shots from Lee Clark. And a 71 from Wallace Booth matches the score of Elliot Saltman. So it's Booth that claims the 5th spot on those rankings to claim his Challenge Tour card.
We spoke this morning. It was cold. It was dark. We're speaking tonight. It's cold and it's dark. But a couple of things have changed. You are the 888 Poker Tour Championship winner and the winner of the Order of Merit. Paul Maddy, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What a special day.
Oh, unbelievable day. This morning when we sat in the clubhouse for, I don't know, was it 2 or 3 hours? Expecting the fog to go and it never moved. And so now, I don't know what's happened.
You're champion.
It's a bit of a blur.
You're champion.
Yeah.
So, talk us through that round of golf today, because you tried your hardest to give it away, didn't you?
Yeah.
You nearly snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, as they say.
Several times. I've hit some of the worst shots and probably a couple of the best shots I've ever hit in my life. Second shot on 7 was appalling. Why I looked for the ball in the trees on the right hand side, I will never know. To walk off with 7 was probably a bit lucky. Then to back it up with a birdie on the next hole. Then do the same thing on the back nine and make stupid double bogey on 12. I put it in the worst spot off the tee, I put it in the worst spot for the second shot and didn't hold the putt. And then smile on your face after holding the second shot on the 13th was madness.
It's called bounce back ability.
Yeah, we did that well today.
Well, congratulations to Paul Maddy with the victory. Takes number 1 spot on the Order of Merit. Couldn't be closer, could it? Between Saltman and Booth, £75 the difference between 5th and 6th. Hepworth getting into the top 5 as well, with Paul Reed moving out to number 7. Rookie of the Year, well, that goes to Tyrrell Hatton, finishing 14th on the Order of Merit. Second here, Lee Clark up to 15th, and James Watt with a 4th place finish up to number 11.
I'm here with the big man, James Hepworth. James, what a round of golf today.
Thank you very much. It was unexpected, to be quite truthful. I putted pretty poorly and I didn't play particularly great first couple of days, but I found something on the putting green today. My swing felt, good. Rhythm was great, and I just got on with it and hold a few putts early on, and had a bit of momentum. It was a big ask to get to 10. I think I had a chat with you before I teed off and said, I was completely, out of it and ruled myself out. And I had to shoot something like 60 or 62, and that was proved to be right.
Hopefully, we'll see you at the top of the leaderboards on the Challenge Tour next season.
Thanks.
Yeah?
Thanks
Good luck and well done.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Now you've got your Challenge Tour card. You can enjoy the rest of the winter. What are your plans?
I'm going over to qualifying school for stage 3 next week. Hopefully keep the form that I've had this week up for next week and push on from there. But to have that Challenge Tour spot in the pocket and to be able to rely on that for next season, if I don't do well next week, is a huge bonus.
Congratulations, it's been a fantastic season and a very worthy winner.
Thank you very much.
Well done, good luck.
Thank you.
Well, what a wonderful finale to the PGA EuroPro Tour season. We look forward to your company again in 2013, but from Ross McFarlane, myself, Richard Kaufman, and all the crew, it's goodbye for now.